Welcome to Trading Wars, where profits are made, egos are broken. We're going to find out who's making profits and who is hurting on the egocentric side of things today. It is Monday. What is the date today? It's oh, you know what? It is St. Patty's Day, so it's got to be the 17th, right? Yeah, Monday, March 17th. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Super excited to see what's going on with everybody trading today. We got a couple people missing, a couple people backstage. We'll see what's going on with. Let me see here, but let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I'll bring everybody up and we'll check in and see where the numbers are at, and we'll go from there. But just as a reminder for everybody, if you don't know how this works, this season, I should say, we're letting all the traders trade off hours as well. They don't just have to trade throughout the stream, so they can trade off hours. There's some money on the line for them. There's $10,000 courtesy of BloFin on the line for you guys. We do not have enough people signed up yet. This is really simple. Doesn't even need to be some massive number of people signing up. It's a volume-based competition. If you're the man on the volume, then you're the man winning the money. So, or female winning the money. So jump in there, use my link down below the stream. That would be helpful. The way you could support me, support the other people on the stream, and make sure to support everybody on the stream as well. They're not getting paid to be here. They could make some money while they're here, but they're not getting paid to be here. So make sure to support everybody. I have their links down below the stream. All right, first up, TradeFly in the house. What's up, brother? You got the computer today, not doing it mobile. Feeling good? You ready to show off a little bit today? See what you can do?
I am, man. I'm ready to steal some souls. Been doing some TA before the show started. Let's do it.
Soul stealing. Evan, Aldo, the trigger man himself. Have you entered a trade yet, Evan?
Not today, but I am in a good position from last week. We got a good return.
We might, you know, if you screw around and don't start pulling the trigger, we might have to take away your nickname. But for now, you're gonna keep it. Crypto Face, what is up, brother? How are you?
Good, buddy. How's it going?
Good. Well, let's check in with everybody. I guess I'll kick it off just because yeah, I've been trading a little bit, not a ton. Did it log me out again? Are you freaking serious? Oh no, it didn't. I'm at $10,748.70. Hold on, let me share my screen so you guys don't think I'm jerking around with you. Hold on a second.
Wow.
Share my screen. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Blah, blah, boom. All right, so boom, assets. You see that pull up? Can you guys see that when it pulls up? Yes? Okay. Nay?
No.
No, you can't see that?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let me
not yet.
Can you see this? There you go. You can see that? Okay. Hello?
No, we didn't. I don't see anything. No, just the same.
What are you seeing? Hold on a second.
See you, bro. We're just seeing.
Oh my god, I'm such a freaking idiot. There we go. Hey, little pro tip here for the YouTubers: you got to hit share screen. That helps, right? You can pull up the screen, but not share it, and it doesn't work. All right, so 10,748. TradeFly. Show it to me, brother. What do you got? Which one do you want me to pull up here? You've got like 3 screen shares down here.
Oh, dude, sorry. I was trying to share one screen, but it was not giving me any feedback to say I was sharing a screen or not. So I just kept doing it until I got.
You were trying to offset for me not sharing any screens and trying to.
Is that what it was? Here, I'll end it and then I'll just do one. So I'm gonna show it to you on my phone. Because I'm going to show it to me on the phone. Yeah, because BloFin, I'm logged in on the phone, and then I got my personal account on my computer. So right now, 10,580 is where I'm.
10,580.
Yeah,
right.
I'm three
so
for
you're
3,
up about
baby.
5.8%.
Nickel and diamond.
Nickel and diamond. What's your? Well, hold on. We'll get into that in a minute. Evan, what are you at?
Yeah.
Sir?
So it should be sharing. I think you could. Could you see it now?
I can. Oh, you jumped past me. All right, 10,895.50 up about 8.95%. Glad to see it, Evan. And Face, have you worked on a little bit of a comeback? I know you got smacked maybe the first week.
Yes, I have. In fact, I was down.
I was down. Look who came back to play.
Came back, yeah, dude. And actually, I was up to 11,300. And then I was actually I was like, ooh, I need to get in to enter the trade last night, and it was up like another 300. And then it pretty much went to shit. I'm burning like the midnight oil here, bro. I've been trading like this weekend and shit, and so I am kind of zombie mode. I'm a little.
Appreciate you being here, bro. I know
yep.
you late and you trade, different hours, so asking you to be here.
Where the hell's everybody else? You know, man, where's the hell everybody else?
Yeah, tried to make some phone calls. I do know Jenna and Crusader had something going on this morning. The other two are just MIA. So as soon as I hear back, I do know Crusader's doing well. I don't know. I know he lost a trade over the last couple days face. So I don't know if he's still above you or not. I don't know how bad he got smacked on that trade. I know that Jenna was all the way down. I was talking trash to you guys last week, but Jenna was down to like 5K or something. She got absolutely hammered and told me that, hey, admittedly, I got greedy. And she texted me this morning and was telling me that she has made back another 1,000 or so. So she's trying to bring it back. She's trying to bring it back as well. Let me jump in the chat real quick and then let's talk some trading, guys. Who is in here? I didn't say hi on the front end. Alex O Crypto in the house. Otter Gang. Good to see you, bro. Glad that you're here. Always appreciate the support. Patriot Caveman. How are you, good sir? Who else we got? Loss on Crypto. Los. It's probably Los. It's probably Los on Crypto.
I know this one actually. It's last one standing. Let's go.
Oh, LOS stands for last one standing.
Let's go.
So it's not like a Hispanic dude, Los on Crypto. Got it. But maybe it was like a gang thing. You know what I mean? Like, all right. So who else in the house? Steve. How do we think we say that? Weeby? Wybe? W-I-E-B-E? Steve, glad that you're here. However you say your name. Buck in the house said, make the grass grow. TradeFly. Andrew Cameron in the house. Alexandra G, always supporting the stream, always pushing out the links. She is so super supportive. I appreciate you, Alexandra. Ducky Eggwood wanted everybody to know that he or she, not sure which, is ticklish. So glad to know that, Ducky. We were definitely curious. We were definitely curious as to whether you were ticklish or not. Guys, sign up for Market Cypher as well if you haven't already. It is a premier indicator of trading wars. I've got a link down below the stream for that. So you've got BloFin and Trading Wars, and yeah, let's get into it. All right, so let's talk some trades. So I'll kick it off with you, TradeFly. I was talking to you a little bit before the stream. The season that you won, which was 2 seasons ago, right?
Right.
I remember that you kind of did the slow and steady wins the race type of deal, right? You didn't do anything crazy, but you were consistent. Is that what you're doing right now?
It is, man. I'm taking pretty much the same risk with every trade. So just going 10x leverage.
Okay.
And I'm using usually most of the bag right now. So during that season, I think I was doing 2020. But this time I'm just using bag and 10x leverage with every trade. And I'm really just looking for key levels. So it's a matter of me, unfortunately, just kind of being at the right place at the right time. And, if I get the notifications, unfortunately, when I work, I can't take my phone with me, which makes my life a lot harder. But right now, looking at a few things here, there's a lot of resistance to the top side of price action. So that's kind of what I have my eye on right now. I'm hoping it pushes up while we're sitting here watching it during the show, because we have a nice little area of horizontal resistance. We have the dynamic reactor that I'm looking at, as well as we're starting to get a squeeze here with price action. We have a trend line that's kind of acting as support. We got a trend line that's acting as resistance, really just kind of pushing everything together right now. So what I'm hoping for is a little interaction up here around 83.8 or 83.7 in that area, and then hoping for a little bit of rejection. So I'm gonna look to see if we get a candle that kind of shows me that there's some selling pressure. So what do I be looking for on the lower time frame? Is it going to be a nice little wick, right? So if I see that wick come in, and if I see about 30 to 40% of that wick, or the body filling that wick, then I'll probably take a short here live. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in the interim. But I am also, one of the things I have noticed is looking at the NASDAQ. If you see that, it's actually breaking out. So we did have a nice little area where it's kind of consolidating for a bit. NASDAQ's kind of working its way up. And, right now there is a small correlation between the NASDAQ as well as Bitcoin. It's not major, but there is, it's almost been a little bit of a leading indicator that I've noticed, I'd say probably over the last couple weeks or so. And that's very familiar to me from the last time that we had a big pullback in 2022. We saw a very similar parallel between the two assets, where if the NASDAQ was kind of pulling back, Bitcoin had a tendency to follow. It's loose, but it's there. And right now, what I do see is a breakout for NASDAQ. So got to be careful here with looking for only shorts, because even though the trend is down, the NASDAQ might be making a little bit of flip here in the near term. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
And I think traditional
the day
markets
started red too. I'm pretty sure like the day started like it was Dow Jones red. And wow, it's green now. And that's good. And man, that's I feel what you said at the end there, because like the trend, has been bearish, but man, my gut's like, man, it's kind of, we haven't hit that like 87, 88K yet. That's kind of like a lot of people's target for the next lower high. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for like Russia, Ukraine news. Good news could be like any day. That will surely give us a fucking pump.
Yeah.
I don't know how long for, maybe for like a day or two.
Is there a way you can set like a keyword on on your phone for an alert? Like if you were to, is there something that you can set for, like, let's say the Russia-Ukraine war ended? Is there a way that you can set an alert on your phone to like, a news? I'm sure that there is. Is there an AI platform that you guys know about that says, hey, this just came through, get your trade in or whatever?
I mean, we could ask Chat GPT right now if there's any, news. You can follow like news articles and shit. I mean, it's just basically Twitter shit.
Yeah, that's what I do is X. Yeah. People that I want to get messages from or notifications from, I'll just turn notifications on X, and that'll usually get me ahead of the curve. Like back in the day when Elon would shake the market, I had notifications turned on. So anytime he said anything about crypto, I was like, okay, let's go to the charts real quick. So stuff like Kabisi letter is pretty good. Now they get a lot of notifications that go out. What was the other Watcher Guru, I believe?
Yeah, Watcher Guru. I've seen that. Yeah,
they're pretty like, they don't release a lot of messages every day or tweets, which is kind of nice. So that's kind of been my default here as of late, is Watcher Guru.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I just think that it's important. There's a lot of traders that will, I'll use CVO as an example. CVO is a good trader and has done well over the years, and he will tell you that flat out, like, he does not pay attention to any news. However, something huge like that, like Face is talking about with the war, right, is something that I would want to know is going on. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. So
sometimes Twitter's. I was actually just talking to one of my little whale friends a couple days about it, and he's huge on Twitter, and he was talking about like sometimes you can catch like the events too early, like the news comes out, like you get the news super fast, and you're like, damn, did the move happen? Oh shit, and then the move like comes out like 5 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can get it early.
Yeah,
so it's hard for people to predict the future. Like when you see the future, people are used to trading to like trading off averages and trading off the past. But when you're trading off the future, it ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying?
That was really deep, Face. Thank you. Yeah, no, you're totally correct. I've got a guy that I don't go to the gym with him, but I see at the gym. He works for Chase, and I always joke around with him and ask him if his daddy has allowed him to enter any trades recently, because I've got some information from him. He's pretty high up in Chase, and it's wild how much control they have over literally their personal portfolios. Like, he has to ask permission to enter and exit trades, which is wild to me. There's certain things he can get into an index fund. Like, there's certain things that he doesn't have to ask permission for, right? But I joke around with him a lot and about that, because he's just never, I've been trying to get him to dip his toe into crypto, and he's like, look, at the end of the day, for me, I have a successful setup that's done really well for me over the long term. And effectively, a lot of what he does, from what he's explained to me, is like, he'll wait for a 2% pullback, as an example, on the NASDAQ, right? And he will put a massive position in, wait for that thing to move back up 2-3%, exit, rinse and repeat. And he does like that type of thing quite a bit, in terms of that's his, his swing trades. And I've been trying to get him into crypto, but he's getting closer, I will say, because what he's seeing is the correlation. TradeFly, you were talking about it a little bit ago. There is some more and more correlation that's happening as the institutional money is getting heavier and heavier into crypto. At least from where I'm standing, I start to see, more and more of that happening. So
yeah, I'm long too. Alexo Crypto's in the chat. Alexo Crypto's in the chat. How come Alexo Crypto's not on the show this season?
Alex was invited. He's always invited. He knows that. I think he's got something going on, or he was bullshitting me. Either way, we still love you, Alex. Yeah. But he had something going on, I believe. Fair enough. But he'll be here. Evan, talk to me about where you're at, bro.
So yeah, I just took back my title, the Trigger Man. I'm in 2 trades right now, as you can see right there. Okay. So, it kind of similar to what I did last week. I kind of hedged the bet. If you would go, it kind of the thing with trading is obviously nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. So it all comes down to risk management. I saw a pretty good, somewhat of a good short opportunity for Bitcoin. Not as good as the ETH long. I'm more in the long game right now. I think there's more of on the long chance. So I bet a little bit more on the ETH long, but I'm still in the Bitcoin short. So I'll show you kind of on the charts, like what my reasoning is here. Let me change my share screen or whatever here. Let's go to the trading view and you should be able to see that now. I got a glitch. I can't turn off my moon indicator, but forgive me for that.
No worries.
Trigger wave right here, a continuation downward under 16-hour. That would probably bring you back down to these areas. There's a chance for that, probably a little over, hard to say, but, enough where taking a trade with good risk management would probably work here. Similar thing here, you came down a lot. So that would be the case to really, have the bears really come back alive, come back down to 76, maybe make a higher low, 79. This type of area right now, this is almost a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Not the best risk reward ratio, but not bad. And definitely a good place to kind of hedge against an ETH long. And I'll show you kind of the reasoning for the ETH long. If we look at our 10-hour right here, you're kind of seeing the exact opposite thing. Money flow coming up, trigger wave to the upside. And then we could kind of it's more of a day or swing trade, but 2-to-1 risk reward ratio right there. You could be a little bit more conservative, put the stop loss there. But I mean, I think if you lose kind of these wicks right here at 1800, you're probably going to go back down to these levels and get stopped at anyway. So I would go around 2-to-1 risk reward ratio and then trying to get up to 2150, because I think if you could break above kind of these levels right here that were pretty close to 2000, you're probably going up to 2100, which is also, see this wick back here, that's a big area. That's that wick from February 2nd. I think that if you're going to get up to a place and reject, that would be the next place to do so, 2150. So again, if you're doing the short trade with 2-to-1 risk reward ratio and the long trade with 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, if one of them wins, then you are plenty profitable, because say you risk, $500 on both of them to win potentially 1,000, and you lose one, so you're down 500, and then you win one. So then you're up, I believe that would be, if you lose one, you're down 500, and then you win that 1,000, you would be up $500.
Oh, you're saying if you got liquidated, or
if you lost one trade, if you got stopped out in one and won the other, which is kind of the goal here, just to win one of them. It's kind of the risk management there, and then you'd be plenty profitable. That's kind of what I did last week. That's why I'm up $900, because I took the long and I took the short. And the I closed it out a little bit early, but the long was the one that obviously would have been the winner. So
right. Okay. All right. So Evan is hedging his bets on Trading Wars. And one of the things I want to throw out there to everybody watching, we're here to have fun. We're here to trade. We're here to talk some trash, all of those good things. But we do want to educate people. People on the show there's a reason that they're on here. They've been trading for a long time. Face, Evan, TradeFly, obviously the other guys that aren't here, Blood, Jenna, Bullish, they've all been, Crusader, have all been trading for a long time and have different trading styles. So I always like to remind people, figure out what works for you, but also keep those ears open. I know I've learned from everybody. I've learned something from everybody that I've ever had on the show, something that I'm like, oh, you know what? That really makes sense to me. That resonates with me. And I'll take a little piece of that. So yeah, just keep those ears open. Face, talk to me about what your game plan is right now.
Well, I do have a little dark horse here. Let's see. So I mean, Sui has been. You can still see my screen, right?
Yeah, I got it pulled.
Yeah, I mean, Sui has been my sweet heart, but I do have an ace up my sleeve. And that is, let me share this tab instead. Fartcoin. I'm looking to make a move on Fartcoin. Now, with the Chinese, it's hard to get action on Fartcoin. Like the limit for me in the exchange I use is like 1.5 million, but you can't they won't let me put in orders of 100,000 fart tokens, which is like $20,000. And so if I wanted to get in a $1.5 million fart coin trade, I'd have to do 20,000. It would take forever. But typically when something like that happens, when an exchange puts
limits on it,
puts that kind of limit on that, where it's not just, you know, it's 1.5 million, but hey, you can only buy X amount, a very small amount once at a time. That's what they're doing with the Trump token, because they knew that shit was going down. You know what I'm saying? That shit's for sure going down. And so it's worth it to sit there and press the button, you know, for an hour. You know, I don't know how long. It doesn't really take that long. If, you know, you just do a little copy paste 20, boom, copy paste 20, copy paste 20K. And then
what did they do? Close all?
Exit out fast. But I haven't entered on the Fartcoin yet, but I'm looking, I'm sniffing for the Fartcoin. And what do we have here?
Rips.
What do we have here? Risky. This is a risky coin as well.
Yeah.
It's 30 cents, and so you're talking big moves, big percentage moves, but big, you know, with you know, high risk comes high reward. Now Sui,
now hold on, let me pause you real quick, Face. Let me ask you something. The trading Fartcoin, what is it that you like about? Is it one of those that we've talked about before, where like the amount of liquidity that's on the exchange versus what's happening is you like that action, or is there something in particular that you're really looking at to get into, you know, a trade like that?
So actually, it's because my brother has been trading it, and the percentages were real good. And it actually, what was happening was Fartcoin was leading the market. Fartcoin was leading Bitcoin. And so like Bitcoin and shitcoins were holding, and then Fartcoin would start going down hard, and everything would follow it. And so if we let's take a look, see here. So just from this little top here, let's say I mean, that's 16-15% in the past 22 hours. And let's go to, let me check Sui in the past 15 hours. Let me share this instead here. And just for farts and giggles, you know what I'm saying? Let's take a look, see here. Is that going to be 22 hours here? 22, yep. So so Sui, I'm getting like this, that was a 9% move, 10% move. Fartcoin, that was a 15% move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I've been eyeing and kind of looking for another Sui to add to my repertoire, because I'm kind of maxed out on, I can only do $3 million positions on Sui. And so it's either I you know, hop on another platform as well, which I could, and do you know, Sui trades on that too, or just, you know, so I'm sniffing around. But I was thinking about doing a Fartcoin trade for the competition.
Yeah.
And I haven't got in one yet.
It's on the exchange though, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All
right. This Monday's hella dangerous, dude. I mean, this price action has just been absolutely crazy with SWI, with Bitcoin. These wicks have been madness. And really, I put out a video today, and I call it schizophrenia, Bitcoin schizophrenia, because that's what it looks like. And so, kind of waiting for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. As far as approaching the competition, you know, I know there was a couple people trying to poke me last week. Everyone got awfully quiet this week, so something must have changed. But yeah. You know, I know we got a whole month, and this next week, this week, excuse me, this week is the last hard week of what I believe is the rotation, and next week is when the easy shit starts. So because it's the last week of the month, and then the first week of the month. Yeah. And for me this year, that's what's been the bread and butter, the last week and the first week of the month. And after that, I'm out.
Chilling. Take advantage when the getting's good, and then sit on the sideline a little bit. Hey, TradeFly.
This week was actually supposed to be last week. I was supposed to be out, and but it was just working out for me. Now the Sunday, so I've been going Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll roll a little bit of dice on Sunday night going into Monday. And the first 2 weeks, it worked out great. Killed it Sunday night, Monday night, ran it up all through the week. But last week, I got cracked on Sunday night going into Monday. But then I ran it up, Tuesday moving on forward. So this time I was like, no, this shit is crazy because it's looking bullish here, then it's bearish there, and then it's bullish here. So hopefully tomorrow, something looks better, maybe tonight, but I might not be trading this week at all.
All right.
But next week I'm hoping it's time.
Well, a reminder to everybody that's on here, next Monday we will not be here. I'm going to be in Brazil. I'll put some posts out on X. Obviously the traders will continue to be able to put some trades in or hold on to some trades or whatever it is that they're doing to try to continue pressing forward to win the competition, but just reminding people do some more reminding, but that we won't be here next week. TradeFly, were you looking at a Altcoin heat map in the background? I just thought that was very appropriate. I saw a heat map pulled up.
No, I was just looking at the heat map. So one of the things I like to do is just see where the liquidity is sitting. This is a big part of what I do, especially with swing trades, because a lot of times, what you see is this liquidity will get cleared out and you'll see a reversal. So, I try to tell people, hey, once you see there's no more liquidity hanging around, there's no more incentive for the market makers, right? So it gets dark. And what I see it as is people that say are taking a long position, right? They're taking leverage longs or they have their stop losses here. And a lot of times you'll see these wicks down, clears out the liquidity, and then it comes right back into the zone, reestablishes, has a candle close, and then you see a reversal to the other side. And what happens? They go chase this liquidity, right? You see this over and over again. So I always just kind of keep an eye just to see where it's at, right? And if it correlates to a support level or a resistance level for me, some kind of key level, then I'm like, hey, if we see an SFP, and again, that structure begins reestablishing the range, then I'm like, okay, it might be an opportunity to take a long or a short base on that. But right now it's just a little too far away from me in terms of where the bulk of the liquidity is. But that's roughly how it works, right? If you don't know where the liquidity is, you are the liquidity, right? So a lot of people,
I've not heard that before. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
So there's a lot of traders, professional traders, that they trade based on where the liquidity is. So where your stop loss is where they enter. So it's been a big thing. And I'll say I've picked up over probably the last 6 months or so, and it has worked out really well for me. But as of right now, it's not something I can truly utilize for today's show, because we got to find a move in less than an hour if I want to make a trade.
It's in between. Yeah, I mean the liquidity it's like 99.9% of the time it's going there for a reason, and it's because that's where the stops, that's where the liquidity is. And so the heat maps, man, I mean it's an essential tool. There's no doubt about it. No doubt.
Yeah.
Especially in the wild scammy west of scam.
Well,
I was actually trying to get this on TradingView. I wanted to get it so that it was real time populating the information on TradingView. So that I didn't have to go through and do it. But unfortunately, they don't have the capability to pull that real-time data into TradingView anymore like they used to. So
I'm sure you could build something.
It never looks good anyways. I mean, there's some things there's some things that's just better off left out of there. And it's like, you know what? I don't mind going to, coin glass or wherever else to look at it. Kind of like everyone's like, are you integrating AI into Market Cipher? And people are trying to train these AI bots to read these indicators and trade and shit. I'm like, the bot, it's if you can see if it's good. If you don't see it, the bot ain't gonna see nothing good. And these people are forcing these bots to get into trades, and they're not even giving the bot the option to stay out. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, you're spending all this time trying to teach this fucking robot. Just do it yourself.
I could see them programming it to make trades when they're not actively sitting down based off of
Fair enough.
Like you're telling them. I could see that, but I know what you're saying too, Face. You're like, hey, if you don't see it and you're trying to program this thing to do it, it wouldn't be taking the trade either. So what are we really doing? Trying to force it to do something, which makes a lot of sense because that's one of the things that you guys always teach. Don't force a freaking trade. It was part of the reason this season that I wanted to switch up the rules a little bit and not force you guys to trade and get in and out of trades. And you know what? It's funny. The majority of everybody is in the green because I'm not forcing the issue and making you guys trade totally ridiculously different than what you would, it's not to say that
it's I like it.
But yeah.
So one of the things too, like with the liquidity, and I just want to put that out there, when there's indicators out there that basically identify liquidity for you and understand that it's algorithmic, right? So it's using the data that's on the chart to produce these liquidity levels. It's not true data of what's on the exchange, just so you guys know. So basically, a lot of traders that are experienced, they can quickly identify liquidity zones based on where support and resistance are. The more you tap an area of support or resistance, the more liquidity tends to build up underneath of those levels. And that is how those indicators are working on TradingView. So just understand that it is not live data. And what can happen is that data can shift. I've seen it 100 times where it'll be sitting at, we'll say 73,000, right? That's what I was
talking about on a heat map.
So on TradingView, right? So there are indicators that say, hey, this is a liquidity indicator. It shows you where all the liquidity is. It's showing you liquidity zones based on support, resistance, and what is actually being populated from the chart, not necessarily what the real data is. And that is why I use an external source to actually verify where that liquidity actually lies. So I just, I want people to understand that before they look for something on TradingView and they're like, oh, okay, cool, I can use this. Really, that's the same thing as us just looking at support and resistance and saying, hey, based on hitting this level 5 times, I know liquidity is building up underneath of that level, right? So, and that is the logical conclusion. Just understand it may not be the real data. There could be a higher volume area lower at a different support level or a different resistance level that would drive the price further through that level that you're looking at based on what the indicator is populating on TradingView.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. Let me ask Face. I'm going to ask you because I know you do the largest in terms of volume numbers on trades. I was told, I'm trying to remember who was talking to me about this. Somebody from Trading Wars on one of the seasons was talking about how they had a friend, somebody that was in one of their groups that was spoofing trades. And I'm talking about like putting in $100 million positions, either, like $100 million effectively to mess with those heat maps and then not actually executing the trade. They'd pull out before obviously it ever got there or whatever. Is that something that people are still Face actively doing? Because effectively, I mean, as I understand it, you could put in some large trades to mess with showing people where the liquidity is. Just like on Twitter, I saw this morning, there's supposedly a $300 million I think it was a short position, and it said that everybody was chasing this whale and trying to, effectively liquidate him out of his short position, blah, 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 blah. But I always wonder how much of that's BS, how much of that is actually a real position. Is that something that's happening that you know of, Face?
Yeah, that's I mean, that was an 8.5. I think he's got 8.5 million in that one. And I'm pretty sure it's just an Arab dude, not like some Trump fucking, inside or anything. And the Twitter police, man, boy, they never fail to disappoint you and show how low people can be. They're like, we're gonna even though they're kind of like faking it, but people who are like, oh, we should band together and just liquidate this guy we don't even know and try to do that just to be a dick. That that bothers me. That kind of stuff bothers me. It's like, you know, leave the guy alone. You know, if you think he's something, then follow him. You know, but like you're not going to benefit by trying to liquidate that guy. But most people are talking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and you know what? It's also reported on that exchange when really there's a whole shit ton of traders that are doing those numbers right now, but they're not doing it on a decentralized exchange. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it privately on a centralized exchange. Right. So it's no one special. You know, shit, I could do a fucking $300 million position with fucking 40x leverage. Shit, it could be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bust out my
don't be liquidating me, people.
My Serbian sword like Aladdin and come flying down. But what was the question?
I was just asking, do you know? I mean, I know you have a lot of contacts that do some big trading. Is spoofing
and it's
something
funny,
that
actually,
you hear people talk about?
One of my pals last night I was talking to, and his buddy sent him a message of he was asking him about like one of my trades, and he goes, "This is what I'm in," or some shit. And he sent him that picture. I'm like, "Is your homie that the dude that everyone's talking about?" And so I thought it was actually him, but it wasn't. He was just like bullshitting.
So acting like it was his position.
No, he didn't. He wasn't acting like it was his position, but he was just like, "Did you see this or some shit?" But no, these dudes, the whales I speak with and stuff, they are true whales. You know, they're real whales.
Yeah, you don't think they're jerking around trying to mess with people's, money by putting in BS positions.
Yeah. But yeah, I wonder how that guy's doing. I mean, I guess hopefully, shit. I mean, and plus, you know what? If he knew something too, like he did it on a weird day. If you're expecting something to like happen on Monday, that was you wouldn't do it that early, but it did. The price did kind of go up and then down afterwards, but there was no like insider-esque move that happened, unlike the first time, like last week. I don't know if it was the same guy or not. Maybe it was the same wallet, but he did a big position, and then Trump said something or some shit,
and boom, and everything moved.
Yeah.
I think he made like 10
Northern Michigan said his liquidation price is 86.5K. So yeah, I guess what I was effectively getting at was there's so much information out there at this point, right? So like TradeFly was talking about heat maps and watching where, watching the money. You've got Twitter, you've got people on Twitter that are full of shit, and you've got people on Twitter that are actively doing the things that they're showing you. Kind of what I was getting at was like, how do you filter through the noise? Sometimes there's so much out there, there's so much you got to figure out what you feel like you can follow, what you feel like you can trust, what you feel like you
just got to stick to your strategy, stick to your own shit. And man, don't listen to anyone, especially on Twitter, because especially people who take Adderall, because they are always confident. There's something about what happens when someone takes Adderall and they're a trader. They're just like, "Oh, see this liquidity right here in this, and this fucking chart, it's fucking full porting, it's dumping, it's so dumping," and then they change their mind instantly, and then they're like, it's like, man, you were so confident. I feel like when I enter trades, most of the time I'm like, oh man, it's risky, it's a little risky. Like it's rare where I'm like, "Oh damn, this is a for sure thing."
Slam dunk, baby.
Like, that doesn't happen that often, man. I can't even remember the last time I was like, "Holy shit, this one's a sure winner." But these kids are talking to their sure winners every time, and they fuck it all off.
It really is the Adderall. That's what SPF was on. I think he was on Adderall and some other.
It's stuff. The Adderall. Yeah. Blame the Adderall. Got it.
That's really SPF was on Adderall when they were doing the $8 billion loss. There was a lot of
cocaine's a hell of a drug, boy. Someone said that he's using cross leverage or cross as well, which is interesting. I don't know. I didn't look into it.
I do like cross because it's easy, because it's an easy, quick way to when if shit's actually going down, you need to increase your shit without moving a bunch of bars and reducing margin, especially if you're doing it on your phone. Like there are people that do like to use cross margin. They're just but it's kind of a noob thing. That's what I'm saying, man. Like it's just some dude. I'm pretty sure he's an Arab.
Yeah. Blame it on the after all. That's funny. All right, so what time is it here? It's 11:43. First of all, if you guys aren't following the gentleman on the screen right now, fix it. I've got the links down below the stream. Sign up for Market Cypher. Got a discount code for you. If you're not using Market Cypher, you should be. There's definitely some nice little training tools also on the website that are really simple that you can get into and kind of get a base understanding there. So check out Market Cypher, guys. And then please sign up for BloFin. There's 10K that you guys can win. So just sign up underneath my link. That is down below the stream as well. We really appreciate the support. It is probably about the only way I'm going to make any money on this stream. So I'd appreciate you guys supporting your boy. All right, so I have not jumped into a trade during this stream. Let me share my screen real quick. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for Sui to like go up here. Let me share my screen. Share my screen.
I'll pull mine up in a second. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see here. Do you have it pulled up here? It pulled up here?
Gotcha.
Okay, good deal. Oh boy, what happened here? Okay, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, like just this kind of trend right here. You know what I'm saying? And if we can, right now we're fighting around. If we can get a little sweep pump action, come up maybe into the 40s, 50s. This is kind of this week sometime. Looks like we got money flow coming down here on the hourly. All right, let's see what else we got here on the 30-minute. On the 30-minute, here we go. We got money flow curvature. We got momentum. Looks like we got a little trigger wave, but man, this shit has been nasty volatile, man. This is some nasty shit that's been going on across the markets today. And so, yeah, I'm hoping by tonight we can extrapolate some data, jump on the Chinese train, and see if they're going to do. The Chinese only do one of two things. They either sell and dump, or they slowly push the price up. And so I'm hoping that we have a Chinese slowly price up evening tonight. Or the other way. I just want to be confident. You know, I would just love to be confident like these Adderall heads in these damn trades. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for another week, but this is supposed to be again another week that I'm taking off. And then next week and then the following week it's like go time. That's when the windows most likely open. But got lucky last week, and you know, I do want more, but man, this shit is insane today. Insane.
Yeah, I'm looking for. So one of the things, and actually this is part of what I've learned from people on the stream. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Yeah, so I work a lot off of volume profiles when I'm trading, and ultimately, like on a daily basis, you can go through what was the daily open, point of control, highs, lows, previous day. You can go previous week. Like we've got all of these, you know, previous week, previous day, point of control, daily open, previous day low. Like these are all just kind of levels that I'm paying attention to. And then over here, sorry, I don't have my pencil open, but over here, you can see obviously all of those areas of the volume that's coming in. And right now, what I'm looking at here for me, like what I'm seeing like here as I look across, I'm going to make it even a bigger. Oh God, that's going to turn into something ugly there. I feel like for what I look at, I'm kind of diddling in the middle there. Not a ton of volume here. Looking for as I look at this, my question becomes, are we headed back up to this point of control, decent little bit of volume going on up in here, or are we headed back down towards this daily open? So for me, this is not a trade that I'm looking to get into right now. I just don't see the benefit for me the way that I trade. I want to see a little bit more confluence. I could have scrolled down and looked on Market Cypher. I didn't have the thing fully open there.
All right, you almost sound like you've been trading a little bit lately.
I have been trading a little bit.
These YouTube people that's talking out of their ass. You're doing a great job at it.
Thank you. I was studying ChatGPT how to talk out of my ass about trading, and I've been working on that. Yeah. So no, I again,
Altcoin.
my trading strategy is overall relatively simple. I use Market Cipher combined with doing volume profiles, and that has worked out well for me. You know, I'm up like 7-8% on the competition, and having fun with it. But I also have learned not to gamble, and that's one of the things that I was struggling with so much. Like I would emotionally, like for example, where we're at right now, I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling it, baby. This is going up. No, Keeper, that's not how this thing works, right? You can get lucky, just like flipping a coin for sure. But if you're going to start actively trading and learning how to make money for real, I had to stop myself from playing that game, because I used to play that game a lot. And once in a while it'd play out.
Aldo,
and
are you
fun.
in a trade over there?
You know?
Is Evan Aldo in a trade over there?
I'm in 2 trades, man.
How are they going, Evan?
Nothing really happened. They're more of swing trades. I'll show you it again. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's share the
pull it up.
You have a very nice natural tan again this week again. You know.
Well, thank you. It's
you're such a swell. You're so swell.
Well, thank you, CryptoKeeper. Really appreciate it.
Man, I know you be slaying out there when you be going to these South American countries, Asia. Man, I'm telling you, these little girls run around. They must think that you could be their ticket to, man, the world would be their oyster. Right. I know right. Evan Aldo is a pimp.
Not in Chile, man. Chile's different. You know, it depends. Some of them, but there's, you know, I stay in the wealthier areas, so it's not, you know. It's not what you think it would be. It depends. Yeah, it depends where you go. Anyway, so
you see him with his little boogie rag. He got cold right now.
Nah, it's allergies. It's dry out here. Chile's dry, man.
It's allergies.
Syphilis. The syphilis.
Oh god. It's like the Wild West. Yeah.
There's nothing like them Mexican cruises, them Carnival Mexican cruise. We almost did a Market Cipher. I'm like, man, let's do a Market Cipher Carnival cruise. Go down to Mexico. Yeah. We get a little time.
I just did one with a bunch of my friends from like high school and like early college days. There was like 20 of us out there, dude. It was actually a lot of fun, man. I recommend cruises for anyone, especially when you're going with a group.
Big time. 100%.
Wow.
All right, Evan, give me your trade.
So as you can see, we're running the heat and the air conditioning at the same time with this trade. You know, it's just generally, you know, the Bitcoin short, which is a decent. I like the ETH long. There's a little bit more being risked on that. So, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, if we win one of these, you'll win about $1,000. And if you
oh my God, Stewie's pumping right now. I'm so sorry to cut you off. Holy fuck, it's pumping. It's pumping. Is Bitcoin pumping right now? Is Bitcoin
not that
pumping
much?
right now?
No. A tiny bit. Not
it's
really.
It's at 83.4.
Fucking Stewie pumping. Oh, my trade. Oh, fuck.
Evan, while CryptoFace,
it's going fucking crazy right now. Damn it! No, I should have taken some profits there. Oh my God! Oh my God! I knew this was going to happen. I'm telling you, be patient. I knew I had to be patient in this position. It's been red. It's been green. It's been red. It's been green. I'm like, man, 235 is my first target exit on it, and then 240 and 245. Oh man, it just got right there. Hang on, I need to make a phone call.
All right, Evan, you can continue talking.
I'll share the
while CryptoFace gets excited.
I'm share the trading view so I can explain the reasoning here.
Yeah, sure.
So there's two things we're looking at. I mean,
oh my God, Cardano's pumping. Oh my God, Evan Aldo, did you see Cardano?
Cardano is pumping. Let me look at this. So all the altcoins we're getting a little altcoin season here.
We get a little altcoin pump, are we?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Tiny little.
Well, that's a Cardano pump, huh? Is that what that looks like?
A little bit. Yeah. Okay, 0.5%. Okay. We're getting rich off of that. But so ultimately, you look at the trigger wave in the 16-hour. That's like your trade to potentially come back down to here. Take that with about a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Stop loss over here. That's one trade. The other trade that I like a tiny bit better is on ETH here, where if you entered around, we have come up a little bit since I entered, taken at that point, stop loss around here, you still could make out about a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio there on this here trigger wave. So one of these trades, about hedging the bets, if one of these trades wins, I will be profitable. I think one of them will win. The other thing you could do is when one of them gets close to kind of winning, just take the profits a little bit earlier and cut out the other one. So that's kind of what I did last week, and I made $900.
Yeah,
$900, 9% return on the account. So that's what you could look at there. And ultimately, yeah, it's a good technique. Definitely really good if you're not trying to get too married to a, it allows you to really see the truth, which is that we don't know, we don't know what's going to happen here. We definitely don't know what's going to happen. So we go both ways, and you don't need to know what's going to happen to make money. Most important thing to realize.
Altcoin. If I didn't get in my Altcoin long, it would have just done amazing. Oh my god. Oh,
well, that stinks. Sorry, I didn't get into your Altcoin trade.
I know we don't want to get too deep into those ones. You know what I'm saying?
Lots of
boy, this is good. This is good news. This is good news getting these wicks. I'm telling you.
Show me Suey. Show me what you're looking at. Show me Suey.
All right. Alrighty here. Alrighty. Let me share my screen again here. Alrighty. Share. And where are we going here?
CryptoFam, sign up under my BloFin link. There's 10 grand on the line. Make you some money, have some fun. Sign up for market.
Okay, this was Suey. Okay, so here, look at that Suey candle right there. That was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely.
What time frame are you on? I can't see that.
This is
short time frame. Super.
No, it was like the 1 minute. Now it's 5 minute.
Okay.
Let me actually switch to a chart. Okay, so Altcoin, I repeat, Altcoin has not pumped. I was wrong. It was not Altcoin, just Suey. So let's go ahead and go to Suey here. Now I've been looking at this USD. It's a crypto account here. Okay, so this 4 hour, man, I'm telling you, you see the future with Market Cipher. But when you see the future, it hasn't happened yet. And you have to wait for it to fucking happen, which is the hardest part. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that's what the people want. That's what you want. You want to know the future. And so this little trigger wave has been staring at me all night long. It's been staring at me all night long. And, man, it's finally had its little pop out right there. That's 4 hour. That's just the 4 hour. It's got plenty more room to go, dude. That's what I'm saying. This is, I'm trying to be patient, sitting here, sometimes sitting staring at your computer screen, burning the midnight oil like I've been doing for the past 3 weeks. I'm all fucked up right now. Isn't the best thing to do. That's why you got to go to sleep and draw the measure line. See, like, boom. Here's 4 hour, boom. Doesn't that make sense to you?
What, to get some extra sleep, or how you're laying that out?
Man, you can't keep Evan. He can't keep up. He can't keep up, dog. He can't keep up, dog. Just kidding. No, but man, it came right to that 2.35. My first target was 2.35. And man, one thing I've learned with these targets lately is you always, if your target's 2.35, put your exit at 2.345 or something. You know, give it that little buffer zone. So I wonder why. Well, it's just SWE. Is it just SWE right now moving? Something happened with SWE, huh?
Everything's moving.
Everything's moving.
It's just not SWE's moving more than others. That's all.
Yes, sir.
All right, just got.
Too bad I wasn't in a trade on it on.
I think SWE. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I was.
No, I was going to ask you guys, do you think SWE is a good buy on spot right now? I feel like just in general, if you're trying to buy the dip on SWE, it's like not a bad place. If you're trying to hold for 6 months or something, not a bad place.
I don't hold no shitcoin. Shitcoins are not. I mean, here's what I will say.
Yeah.
If there is a time to buy some shitcoins, it might be now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Well, the risk reward, as Evan likes to talk about right now, right, is kind of unknown in that realm. But man, everything has gotten hammered so freaking hard on alts. Like, I'll use Caspa as an example, right? That'll touch a couple little nerves here in this particular area with a couple guys on the stream. But Caspa in particular has just absolutely has just absolutely nosedive off a cliff, even to the point where the mining just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do at all, just not even happening. That being said, we haven't seen numbers this low in a long time. So if I was actively looking for an opportunity in something that I believe in long term, hell yeah. And I wouldn't call Caspa a shit coin, by the way. But
yeah, I mean, it's not Caspa's fault that our mining pool got edged out by someone with real money and we're getting scammed by some fucking small crew. You know what I'm saying? It's not Caspa's fault, although it is an A6 miner. I saw it coming a mile away. I
almost didn't bring it up, but I'm just talking about your opportunity on some of these alts. We haven't seen these numbers in a long time, but this is where crypto is really tough, because most people, especially if they haven't been in for a long time, this is the time that it's to buy, but it's also really freaking difficult because things feel bearish. Like the best thing I've ever done, I've told people this a million times, the COVID dip. I bought the hell out of the COVID dip hard. And it was also an incredibly hard thing to do, but it was the best thing I ever did. It was great.
But it's so much. Yeah, dude, all these coins are down 70, 80%.
Yes.
That's a fucking bear market, dude. Yeah. When these altcoins are down 70, 80, 90%, that's when you buy.
Also an opportunity at the same time. Yep.
And then when they're up, then you sell. But these people that are holding this dog, all these people that have been buying, but that bought the scam AI tokens, the dog with hat, Pepe even. You know what I'm saying? I sold my Pepe, dude.
A ton. Did you sell all of it?
My Pepe.
Yeah.
I don't hold shit coins at all right now. But
the idea is to make money, right? So we're on Trading Wars and we're actively talking about how to trade and make money. The other side of it is your long-term investing. And then in between is like, okay, what am I doing with my portfolio in between those two things? Is it my long-term? No. Is it my trading? No. And what I've learned, and Face is talking about it right now, take some freaking profits. I know it's hard. I know you feel like everything's going to go to the moon if you just wait a little bit longer, but set up a game plan, execute on that game plan. Don't look back. That's been something that's helped me. Not just don't go back to it and start looking and being like, oh, I should have held longer, or if I would have only. It's not beneficial, man. Yeah,
so I flipped my strategy. So like Face said, a lot of these coins are down, and like Sol's down 60% off its high. And I know there's FUD around that, but I mean, we've hit like a super key level with Sol, man. That came down to 121. And if you go back left on the chart for like a year, that was support. Man, it might it's actually close to a year. So for a year, that area was support over and over again. And so for me, like I am actually starting to add to spot bags now. Like, so I'm going to hold Solana and I'm layering in as it goes down. I know there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. A lot going on with policies and regulations and all that stuff. And I take that into account. So that's why like I'm not like aping into these positions. I'm just like, hey, like, okay, Solana's coming down. We hit a really key level. I'm going to buy, a couple $1,000s at this level. And if it continues to work its way down, that's fine. I don't think Solana is going anywhere in the long term. So it's not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't theoretically end up totally upside down in the long run. But as it works its way down, like I hit another key level, I know where some liquidity sitting right now for Solana, I'll add to the position a little bit here. And if the market continues to be uncertain, it's okay. I'm not like aping into these positions and getting stuck upside down. I also have like an oh shit point like marked on my chart too. Like if we lose, about $81 for Solana, then I'm like, all right, let me back the fuck off this, because then, this could get weird because there's no volume underneath of that. You got a huge gap. And so like that's kind of why, I've kind of just changed. Like I'm DCAing in, not based on time, but based on levels. And that's the approach that I'm taking right now when these altcoins like this, it's, I'm getting into Cardano, AVAX, like AVAX under like $20 for me. Like, it went all the way down to 15, 16. That's when I was like, oh, you know what? I really don't care. I'll take it AVAX at $15. Like the potential for that to go back up to 50, 60 is, I think, a higher threshold than for it to stay underneath the 15 or $16.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of the approach I'm taking right now with HODL bags specifically.
Yeah, I've been guilty of round tripping. I've been around for 8 years now, and I've been guilty of round tripping, and I promised myself I was going to work really hard this time to not round trip everything. Now, it's definitely felt like, because I wasn't expecting as big of a move to the downside recently, it's definitely felt like, you know, I've round tripped some money again. I'm calling it a round trip. It's not actually, but you get the idea. But yeah, I think that it's really important to figure out where you want to play.
At 100, about Bitcoin at 100K, and most of my portfolio turned into cash, and I was just kind of sucking up some of the 4% gain on USDC. And I've just been waiting. I've been honestly just sitting by waiting for this. And this is like when I see the sentiment flip, Bitcoin over $80,000. And if you asked a year or 2 years ago, what would you say? Hell yeah. Like $80,000 Bitcoin, I'm all in, right? Like we hadn't even seen a break of 69K in years. So you would be thrilled for Bitcoin to be at 80K. And so looking at the altcoins and seeing the sentiment be so bad lets me know a couple things. People have too much exposure to altcoins. They are overly exposed. Too much of their portfolio is allocated to altcoins. They bought in when the market was trending up. Bitcoin was going up to 100K, expecting to get those quick gains. That is the issue with a lot of people investing in cryptocurrencies. They're looking for a very quick return. So psychologically, what do you think about? Am I going to buy Bitcoin at $100,000? Or am I going to try Cardano at 50 cents and try to get that up to $1, where I've seen it be before? You can 2x your gains a lot quicker, right? We saw it happen within a 3-week period. People, they get into that, and I think it gets in their heads. But for me, it was 100K was a psychological sell wall for Bitcoin as a whole, because what was everyone saying a long time ago? Bitcoin's going to go to 100K. And if it goes to 100K, I'm cashing out. Like, I'm taking my profits. And, you know, institutions take profits too. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, if you got in when they dropped that ETF, right? Institutions are looking at 30% gains. You know, why not take some profits at 100K?
Oh, yeah. On big money too.
Yeah. And so for me, that's why I was like, all right, my portfolio is going mostly cash. I'm going to wait for death, doom, and destruction. And that's now why I'm kind of just layering in on the DCA side.
Yeah. Guys, suck up all this information. If you guys could smash the like, it takes 2 seconds. It's easy. If you're on mobile, you just got to exit out of the live chat, hit the like button. You can come right back into the live chat. I appreciate you. Make sure you're following all the traders. A few of them are not here today, but all of their links are down below the stream. Sign up for BloFin. There is 10 grand on the line, so I'd really appreciate the support if you guys could sign up there. And then make sure to check out Market Cypher. So, gentlemen, I appreciate you for coming on. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful week. Good luck with things. I am headed to Brazil on Wednesday, so I will not be here. We will not be here next Monday. I will touch base with everybody on X and kind of keep you apprised as to what's going on.
So does that mean the finale is actually like the next one?
No, it's gonna be. It'll be. I gotta double check, but it'll be like two more shows after this.
All right. Fair enough.
So yeah, I appreciate everybody. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, wonderful week. Make some money, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
All right, thank you. Let's go, sweet pop.